Good morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, wherever and whenever you may be watching this. Thanks for clicking. If it looks a bit dimly lit at the minute, that's because I'm in West Wales, United Kingdom, and we're in the middle of a bit of a storm going on. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but the wind is howling, the rain's coming down. And as a postman, I'm not looking forward to going back to work tomorrow, so send your prayers my way. So guys and gals, getting straight into the video. Today I'll be giving my honest opinions on 44 Shades of Poseidon by Dua Fragrances. I'm not going to speak for too long about Dua Fragrances. I'm sure you lot know about them already, and I know I've done a few videos on them in the past. Basically, long story short, they are a company that was set up by Massam Raza. They're a company that sort of does clones or inspirations of fragrances that tend to be a lot higher in value, like niche fragrances, 200, 300, 400, 500 pounds, whatever. They make them at a bit more affordable. They do it in like a 30ml sort of shape. These are the new bottle designs. The older bottles, I don't have one with me at the moment, but these are the new bottles, 30ml. I believe all of them are straight to parfums. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, if you know, leave it in the comments, but I believe they're all straight to parfums. But yeah, they tend to do inspired expressions of other fragrances. They also do their own fragrances as well. So that's a short summary about Dua. So, what is 44 Shades of Poseidon? And is it their own? Is it a clone? I like that. Is it their own? Is it a clone? What is it? Basically, Dua Fragrances, like a lot of clone companies, they've had their interpretations of Aventus by Creed, which is understandable. Creed Aventus is like one of the best-selling fragrances of all time, probably maybe the best niche-selling fragrance of all time. Not saying it's the best smell, I'm just saying in regards to sales, as to my knowledge, a lot of folk have bought that perfume. So Dua Fragrances, they've got a sort of line, they've got a bunch, like a branch of fragrances on their website that are inspired or some way linked to Aventus, and they go by the name of Poseidon. So they've got clones which are just meant to smell like different batches of Creed Aventus. So you've got like Poseidon's Elixir 11ZZ, Poseidon's Elixir 13ZZ. The numbers and letters are linked with the batches. I never got that much into batch variation, so I couldn't tell you which is what, but those ones are specifically just meant to smell like Creed Aventus. Now, what Massam Raza has done, or what Dua has done as a company in the past year or two, is they've done what's known as hybrid fragrances, where they mash two fragrances together. And they've done a couple of them with Poseidon, with their version of, I've made this more complicated than it is. Basically, what they've done is their clone interpretation of Aventus, Poseidon. They've decided to take other well-known expensive fragrances and mash them together. Sorry, that was my fault. The cat wasn't on properly. So my quick thoughts on this is I think it's the way forward. Double thumbs up. I personally think there are just too many clones coming out of Aventus, if I'm being honest. And I've bought into it. I've probably bought 3 or 4 different perfumes just because I was told it'll smell like Aventus, which is strange because I bought these when I also had Aventus. Maybe it was just because I didn't want to use too much of the expensive juice, so I was just looking for a clone. But at the end of the day, they seem to be coming out every week. So I personally think mixing 2 fragrances is a good idea. It keeps it fresh whilst keeping somewhat of the DNA. I think it's the way forward. So, as I've already very confusingly put it to you guys, this one half of this hybrid is Creed Aventus. The other half is a fragrance by Le Labo, which, as to my knowledge, is called Vanille 44. Now, Dua Fragrances have also done a clone of that one on its own. They've done a clone called 44 Shades of Vanilla, I want to say it's called. But like I said, now they're mashing the two together. 44 Shades of Poseidon is Le Labo's Vanille 44 and Creed's Aventus colliding. I'm aware I've spoke a lot already and we're losing daylight, so I'm going to get into the smell, going to get into the performance. I'm going to spray a fresh spray on this hand. I have sprayed on this hand like 2 hours ago, an hour and a half ago, so I can give you an idea of the projection, longevity, things like that. So, big ol' spray. I love it. I really, really love it. Like I said, just alone for the fact that it's got the Aventus DNA, which I'm a big fan of Aventus, but it's not like a direct clone of it. It's doing something fresh, it's doing something different. So this is the only hybrid fragrance that I bought from Dua. Well, the only hybrid fragrance I bought, which sort of combines two. And it's amazing. It's really incredible to me how they do it. How when you smell it, they're just battling against each other. It's mind-boggling to me. You start thinking, like, when they're mixing the juice, do they put like a drop of Creed Aventus, a drop of Le Labo, a drop of, you know, it like. So I sprayed this. I got a few people to try this as well. I know my girlfriend's sister, she smelled it, and no joke, she didn't know what it was. She definitely wouldn't have smelled it before. She said it smells sweet but smoky at the same time, which is that's exactly what they're going for, right? So I would say the very first thing that hits me is a thick, creamy vanilla. Like a thick, rich, lovely, creamy vanilla. But then that's mixed with the fruitiness as well of Aventus. So I think the Le Labo fragrance is coming through stronger right from the off, but the fruitiness from Creed Aventus, that's not too far behind. Let's smell the dry down version. Okay, so this is my only qualm with this. Qualm? This is my only qualm. Criticism? Qualm? No. This is my only thing with this fragrance. I own 5 or 6 Dua fragrances. Maybe it's olfactory fatigue. Maybe it's so strong that sort of my nose switches off to it after a while. But I'm struggling to smell it. And it's been about 2 hours. And I was struggling to smell it before like you could argue, you could say, well, you've sprayed this on, so is that overpowering? I did try and smell this before I started this video, and I was struggling to smell it, if I'm being honest. But that being said, when I was getting in and out of my car, when I was taking my jacket off, I got wafts of mainly the vanilla, if I'm being honest, mainly like a fruity vanilla, and that was super pleasant. So with this one, in regards to longevity, I personally would maybe over apply just for myself. I struggle to smell it. Like I said, I get wafts, but going up close, I'm struggling to smell it at all. Talking about the fresh spray now that was just put on my hand, it's so nice. The smoke is coming. It's so nice. It's really nice. It's not super smoky, but it's there. It's like. It smells like Creed Aventus. It smells like, to me, a fruitier batch of Creed Aventus, not as perhaps a smokier batch, definitely a fruitier batch, but the sweetness from the vanilla is bonkers to me, because when I first heard about this, I thought, how can you get a fragrance like Aventus that's so fruity and so like sharp and zesty and fruity, and then put like creamy vanilla in that? It didn't make much sense to me. I was wrong. It works like a treat. It's very sweet. I've had a few people say that they think it smells like sweets, like candy. So I don't think it's one of those fragrances that are going to suit mature, suited up people. I think this is a very happy-go-lucky, casual, date night sort of fragrance, but I don't imagine it for an older, suited and booted sort of guy. I personally think it's quite a versatile fragrance. I'm really enjoying wearing it at the moment in winter, in the colder months. I'm not too sure if it'll be too sweet on like boiling hot days in the summer, but 100% summer nights and in the night time for like going out, date nights, as I said, this is going to be beautiful. It's just that question of whether on your skin, will it project better than it does on my skin? Like it just doesn't seem to last too long, which is curious because, again, it's straight to parfum, and all the other Dua fragrances I own, they do come across really strong. I can tend to smell them for hours. Like I just bought Harmony, and that, you're going to be smelling that one for weeks. I'll do a review on that one soon. So that's my take on 44 Shades of Poseidon, guys. If you've smelled it, let me know. What's your opinions on it? Because like I said, I didn't think it would work, but I think the smell of it works a treat. Creamy vanilla, thick vanilla, Creed Aventus, match made in heaven. Let me know what you think.